Hi, parents and teachers. Do you believe that personalized learning is the best thing for your child? That is at the core of my teaching, and I believe it with my whole heart. But many parents and teachers don't really know what that looks like or how to do it. And so today, my video is all about how to create a personalized learning plan for your child. I'm Sharon Frazier-Verpooten with Star Student Academy, and I help students raise their reading level a full year with just 12 hours of instruction. And I would love to help you empower your child in doing just that. So let's get started. Let me share my screen. Share, optimize. All righty. Okay. Let's see. Enter full screen and show video panel. Let's get this all the way up to the top. Come on. All right, here we go. Pull this to the top as well. All right, so if you believe in personalized learning, let me know in the comments. Let's see how a tailored summer learning reading program can help transform your child's skills. Now, I am a reading coach. That's my specialty. Many parents, once they start having me teach their child in reading, they realize that their child struggles with writing too. Well, I totally believe that reading and writing go hand in hand. They are like brothers, right? Once your child is learning those phonics skills for reading, they transfer those over to their spelling skills and they start to spell better. Right? Once they're reading and they notice that sentences begin with capital letters, their writing starts beginning with capital letters as well. So I usually talk about reading, but I'd love to talk about learning as well, because I am a fully certified elementary teacher. I've been teaching kindergarten through 8th grade for 32 years. So let's talk about the benefits of personalized learning plans. Now, as a teacher, I know back in California, sometimes I had as many as 36 students, and that's a lot. And it's really hard to get personalized with each student. I was trained in differentiated instruction, which means that I am fully trained in giving instruction and assignments for each child individually. Like if there's a gifted student, I've been trained in giving assignments and giving instruction to challenge them and help them really use all of their capabilities. And I've also been trained in intervention and helping those students who aren't yet reading, who aren't yet able to do math. And that is a way that teachers get personalized with their learning plans. But it wasn't until I decided to become an online tutor that I really was able to hone in and focus on that personalized learning plan. Because when I work with students one-on-one, I'm able to assess them, figure out their strengths and their weaknesses and their interests, and teach straight to that. And then I found that if I got a small group together of students, with like assessments and interest levels, we could get a lot done as well. And it became fun for the kids because they interacted with each other as well. So individual and small group learning, I think, is the key to getting that personalized learning plan going. So if you are finding this helpful, if you are like, yeah, my child's in school and I know that they're not getting personalized learning and I want to know what to do about that. Let me know that this information is helpful. And I would love for you to have conversations with people around you. I think that it would be great if all parents would really know what personalized learning plans look like and how to put them together. So let me know and go ahead and share this information with other people. If you'd like a copy of my show notes today and any of the resources that I am providing, give me the word learning. I would love to know that, and I'd love to get in touch with you. Well, I am Sharon Frazier-Verpooten, as I said, and I help elementary students raise their learning level a full year with just 12 hours of instruction. And you can find me at strugglingreaderhelp@gmail.com or at strugglingreaderhelp.com. There's a lot of information for you. So, how can a tailored summer reading plan lead to significant improvement in your child's success? Let's find out. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about the benefits of personalized learning plans, how to tailor their learning, some tools and resources, and some next steps for you. All right. So I want to show you, this is a copy of a learning plan that I made for a student. I took their name out, but this is something that I created for her. So this was an 8-week parent-child learning plan, and it was designed to foster her learning, reading and writing skills through a structured learning approach. I made another video this summer about the benefits of structured learning, the benefits of having a teacher put that learning together and walk alongside you and help you with that. There are some great programs out there that I've used, some great books, but they are not personalized for your child. And I have found a lot of my friends followed my advice, and like they got a grammar book for their students to work on over the summer, and they were like, this is hard. I haven't studied grammar since 4th grade. What do I do? Right. So that is the benefit of talking to me, because I'm in it every day. I'm teaching kids grammar, and I've been doing that for the past 32 years. Every day I'm teaching kids how to read, and I've been doing that for the past 32 years. So I would love to come alongside you and help you put something like this together. So what I did with this student is, the first thing we did was we did a reading assessment together to find out what her independent reading level was. Now, a lot of the schools, when they give assessments, they only give the instructional reading level, because as a teacher, you want to find out, okay, what reading level do I need to start at to teach this child? What they miss is the independent reading level, which is a little bit lower than their instructional reading level. They send kids off with a book at their instructional reading level, and they say, okay, now go read independently, right? And the child has like 5 or 6 words per page that they don't know how to pronounce. They don't know what those words mean. And that's when they get bored and frustrated, and then they misbehave. They start talking to their friends. They start playing with the school supplies in their desk. They do all kinds of things that aren't learning, right? And everybody is baffled as to why this isn't working. Well, the key to that is to find a child's independent reading level, right? So that you know, and the child knows, hey, this is a book that you can read on your own during silent reading time or during any time that you're reading independently. So we found these books, Phoebe and Her Unicorn, for this student, and we put together a reading plan. The second thing I did after I assessed her was I gave her an interest inventory, because I wanted to find out what she likes, right? If I give her Big Nate and she has no interest in reading Big Nate, then none of this is going to happen, because when it's time to sit down and do this work, she's not going to be interested. So an assessment and an interest inventory are key to putting together this learning plan. Her mom wanted me to work with her on fluency and phonics and writing over the summer. And so that's exactly what we did. I put this learning plan together for her, and we meet about once a week to check in, and it's really going well. So that's just a sample of our summer learning plan. A personalized learning is designed to meet your child's unique needs and interests. It ensures that that material is engaging and relevant. Remember how I talked about, like, if I were to give her Harry Potter and she's not interested in Harry Potter, that's not a book she's going to read. She's not going to want to read it. And so then it's just not going to happen. It also boosts motivation and retention. A focused learning plan targets specific areas where your child needs the most help. So remember, a couple of videos ago, I talked about setting learning goals and making those goals SMART goals, right? One of the things that teachers do is, at the beginning of a month, they'll meet and they'll say, okay, at the end of this month, we want 80% of our students to be able to answer 3 out of 5 comprehension questions, when given a passage to read. That's a really common SMART goal. My thought is, teachers make a goal saying 80% of our students will do this. Well, what if your child is in the 20% that didn't meet the goal? right? You want to go in and have a goal because you still want your child to grow, right? So that's where individualized learning plans target those specific areas where your child is struggling. Maybe your child's in fourth grade, but they're still reading a second grade at a second grade level. And so when the teachers go and they give a fourth grade passage, right? Your child's frustrated, they don't feel very smart, they're not able to read it, let alone answer the questions. So we want to have a goal that suits them, that's perfect for them, that starts where they are and helps them to grow and learn from there. It increases engagement, as I said before. It uses your child's interests to make learning fun. When with this child, when we chose Phoebe and her unicorn, she absolutely loves this book and she's excited to read about it. And I gave her a reading log where she can answer a question each time, and she's excited to answer those questions because she understands what's going on and she's interested in the topic. And it has made all the difference in our work together. It also gives a flexible pacing, right? It allows your child to learn at their own pace, reducing stress. I know one time I was working with a student and he was really struggling with reading. By the time I saw him at the end of the day, he had spent so much time not learning at his own pace. He was learning at the pace of the class, and he was frustrated because it was too fast for him. My own son said when he was in second grade, I was homeschooling him, but I sent him 2 times a week to what was that called? Um, an enrichment program. And it was really fun. The kids got a chance to play on a school playground and interact with other kids. And they had classes like music around the world. That's how they learned their history. And Magic School Bus science. So they watched a Magic School Bus episode and then they did science that was related. It was very fun. But my son said, Mom, I don't really like going to the learning days because everybody reads and everybody knows what to do, and I don't. Right. So he was in second grade. The kids were all reading and writing, and he wasn't reading yet because he had dyslexia. So that can be really difficult when you're going at the class pace. But with a personalized learning plan, your child's able to go at their own pace and they're much happier. In that, it adds a boost of confidence. Their confidence is boosted because they are able to meet the pace that you have set for them. They feel successful. And as they see their progress, their confidence grows. So, how do we tailor learning for your child? This is something that you can do, right? I'd love to teach you how to do that. I have some programs that teach parents kind of a DIY approach. And then this is something that I also do in my tutoring and my teaching programs with kids. So the first thing we do is we start with an assessment. We start with that assessment to identify your child's current reading level. And we want to know, what is their independent reading level? What is their instructional reading level? And then what's their frustrational reading level? Now, sometimes those will be one grade level apart, right? So if your child's instructional reading level is at a third grade reading level, that is where I would come alongside them and we would read together and I would help them with those words they don't know. Um, a lot of times their independent reading level is going to be one level below that at the second grade reading level. So that's the reading level where I would give you a list of books that you would know you could purchase them at Amazon or go to the library and check them out. And your child could spend some independent reading time reading those books at a second grade level. And then we would know that at the fourth grade level, that would be at a frustrational level. There's just too many words on that page that your child doesn't know, and they're going to get frustrated very quickly. But those might be the books that you might listen to on audible.com, or you might go to the library and get tapes of. Sometimes I'll have students in the fourth grade who their instructional level is a third grade level, and they're still required to read books at the fourth grade level. And I often encourage parents, hey, why don't you get an Audible version of that book so they can follow along and they're not frustrated by it, or, why don't you read aloud to them so they can still get the content and they can feel included and feel a part of things. And those are conversations that you want to have with your child's teacher and just say, you know what, I know my child best and I want them to be successful and I want them to feel confident. And so this is what we're going to do. The alternative is that they're frustrated and they don't do any work and and that's not a good thing. So I always want to look as a teacher, like, what is the next best step? Right? If I don't give my child any help at all, they're just not going to do it. But if I give them like a little, it's a hand up, a step up, then at least they'll do something and they're growing, right? So that's that assess the skills. The next thing you want to do once you have those skills assessed, then you want to set a goal, right? If your child's independent reading level is at the second grade level and they're in the fourth grade, you know you're going to give it some time. It's not going to take 1 week and they're going to be at grade level. In my program, students work with me for once a week for an hour, and at the end of 12 weeks, they have raised their reading level a full year. So your goal could be something like this. Their independent reading level is at the second grade. And at the end of 12 1-hour sessions, I want their independent level to be at the third grade level, right? I mean, imagine that your child's in fourth grade, they're reading at a second grade level. And at the end of 24 weeks, their independent level could be at the fourth grade level, which would be amazing. So set those goals for the summer. And even, at any time during the year where you're starting to get a little bit concerned that your child isn't happy, they're not confident, they're not doing well in school. The third thing, choose materials. So do an interest inventory with your child. Ask them, do you enjoy sports? Do you enjoy space? Do you enjoy fantasy books? Do you like unicorns, right? And then select books and activities that match your child's interests and reading level. I know I've shared about a student of mine who got really interested in about third grade in World War II. And so anytime we got a chance to read, he wanted to read things about World War II. And he was able to read much past his independent reading level because he was so interested in that topic. He had to read past his reading level because there aren't many third grade books about World War II. So if you're an author, or maybe that's an idea for me, write some of those books for younger kids or even younger reading levels. Now, when I taught sixth grade, I had quite a few students who were reading at the second grade level. They were English language learners, and so they had to spend from kindergarten up learning English, and so they were a little bit behind, and they were bilingual. So hats off to them. But it was frustrating to be in the sixth grade and to try and read a sixth grade social studies book when they were only reading at the second grade level. And so there have been a lot of books and materials that have been written. They're called high interest, low reading level, that are for middle school students who maybe aren't reading at their reading level. And, there's no shame in that. You want to get your child reading books that are at their level and that match their interest. And then you want to monitor their progress, right? Regularly, maybe once a month, check in on your child's progress and adjust the plan as needed. If they're not growing, if they're not on track to grow that full year with 12 hours of instruction, check back in. What can we do differently? Maybe they're not reading on their own. Maybe they're only reading, with me or with their teacher or tutor during that 1 hour. Okay, well, let's bump it up and let's get them some books at their independent reading level so that they're reading 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, right? You don't want to set that goal at reading an hour a day if they don't like reading. You might want to just start it with a little tiny bite, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So start with that little bite, have them read 10 minutes a day, and then they're successful at that, right? And then now that they've experienced success and they know what that is, then bump it up a little bit at a time. All right. I want to share with you a student that I had. His name is Dylan, and his parents came to see me at the end of a school year, and he was finishing first grade, and mom was concerned because he wasn't reading at all. And he was another one of those students that I tried to do an assessment, and I started at the pre-primer level 1. And he was crying, he was frustrated, he couldn't even get through that first list of sight words, that first book. And so immediately when that happens, I scrap the assessment because I know, and I start at that first level at the very beginning, and I start right away with games and I make it fun. I have a set of learning games that I absolutely love. And when we're in that situation, which a lot of times when parents come to see me and their kids are in first, second grade, not reading at all, that there is that frustration level already for them. And so I worked with Dylan that summer, and we started at square one. We started with phonics and the very first group of sight words. We played games together. We read some books together. And by the end of the summer, by the end of 12 weeks, he was reading, right? He went from reading, not reading at all, to reading at a kindergarten grade level. And then we continued to work the rest of that year. And by the time we finished, I believe that Dylan was, yeah, he was finishing first grade and not reading. And so we worked that year in second grade, and we worked a lot more in third grade. And he was reading at grade level by the time we finished. And his mom contacted me and said, hey, he's reading. That's great. Now, can you work with him on writing? And I absolutely love to do that. And I've got some tips for you. If you want to know how to go from reading to writing with your child, let me know. I'd love to do some content about that, about how to get your child writing and how to boost their writing skills as well. All right, so some tools and resources that I recommend is I have a quick and simple reading assessment that I've put together that you can use to assess your child's reading level. And I have some instructions on that for how to get their independent level, their instructional reading level, and then their frustration reading level. So again, give me the word learning below. I'd love to talk to you about that, getting you that quick and simple reading assessment. It's as simple as me sending that over to you. I also have more of a more advanced reading assessment that I do, and that is my gift to you. I love to do that for students. I will give them the reading assessment. It takes about 30 minutes for me to assess them, and then I tell you what I found, and I give you some tips and tricks to move forward from there. The second tool is an interest inventory. Again, I've got that for you. That's as simple as me sending that to you. I do, once I get the interest inventory, I put that together with the assessment, and we get a list of books. And I call that my book buddy picks. We get a list of books that would be perfect for your child. And then we put together some learning activities for you. And so again, those are all things that you certainly could do. You can use my quick and simple reading assessment, get their reading ability, their reading level, give them an interest inventory. You know your child best, right? You know, if your child is nuts for baseball, like, hey, okay, so now that we know our child's independent reading level is second grade, let's find some second grade reading level books about baseball, right? Or let's find some third grade reading level books about baseball and read those together. That's like a winning combination, right? And then let's put together some learning activities. Let's put together, I will help you put together a reading log with some questions that are relevant. If they're reading nonfiction books, those questions are going to be a little bit different from reading fiction books. I've got lots of questions like that from my 32 years of teaching experience. So let's take a look at, these are some summer learning programs that I have going on right now. These are our next steps, right? So number one, a personal learning package that is one-on-one teaching with me or one of my, the teachers on my team who are all certified teachers who've been trained in my program. So we have a personal learning package of 4 weeks of personal personalized learning. There we go. We've got, I know I've got about 3 weeks before I go back. My kids have 4 weeks before they go back. And I know in California, they've probably got 5 or 6 weeks before they go back. So it's personalized. So we could put together 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever you would like. The other thing I have is the parent learning package, and that is that learning plan that I showed you a few slides back. Let's go back. This was the summer learning program plan that I put together for my students that were in that program. And we can adjust it. That was an 8-week plan because we, started it about 4 weeks ago. So I can put together a 6-week plan, a 4-week plan, also whatever you would like there. So a summer learning plan. And what that is it's a list of things that your child can do every day. And then we have a few check-ins together. So, and the benefit of that for you is that, your child is getting more benefit. It's more independent. And the cost is less than the personal learning package where I'm, working with your child once a week and it's just one-on-one. The other thing I have is a back to school booster, and that is 5 hours of intensive skills on a brush up getting ready for school. And that will start in August. And that's going to be a small group program of 4 to 6 students. I will put students together by their age and their reading level so that we're working on those skills. And I'm going to include reading skills, writing skills, and math skills in that program. So you have the basics and your child start school with a lot of confidence. So those are the next steps. I would love to talk to you about being in one of those programs. As we're gearing up for the fall, I've also got some small group programs as well. So like the personal learning package, I work with groups of 4 to 6, all at the same reading level. And we work on phonics together. We work on sight words. We work on reading together and comprehension. And it's just a great vibe because there's interaction. We play games together. There's a little bit of competition going on. The kids love that, and it's just a fun time. And I've got some activities that they do between so that they can. They can work at their own level a little bit too. And I just love that. I've got book clubs for older students as well. And that's a lot of fun where we read a book together. It's a little higher level. We read together like a 4th grade novel, or 5th or 6th or 7th. And the kids go off and they read that on their own. We read a little bit of it together and then we talk about our impressions of it. And it's great. It really boosts their reading and comprehension, their vocabulary skills, and it increases their writing skills because what is writing, but it's talking on paper. And so the more your child talks about what they're reading, the better their writing will get. So that's it. So this is kind of what comes in my personal learning package. We've got 4 weeks of personalized learning, one-on-one sessions with expert educators. A pre and post assessment are included in that, and it's tailored around your child's needs and schedule. Again, the benefits of that package is that you will see a full year of reading improvement in just 12 hours. That program is customized to your child's learning needs to maximize their potential, and it's flexible scheduling to fit your busy life. And I want to talk for a moment about, a lot of times parents will come to me when their child is struggling with reading, but I know that there is a group of students and parents who really their needs have not been met in school, and that's gifted students. One of my areas of expertise when I was teaching in California is I was trained in differentiated instruction in the GATE program. And for my certification and with my work with students, I had to put together now I'm going to lose my words, areas of depth and complexity so that gifted kids were really working at their potential as well. We worked on independent studies. I put together challenge menu programs for them so that, that not only did they have the regular homework, sometimes we bypassed the regular homework and I gave them the challenge homework to ensure that they were really challenged. So if you are finding that your child is gifted and they're not really challenged in school, I would love to talk to you because I can put together learning programs and work with your child on those things as well. So these are just the benefits of these programs. So parent-child learning program package, it includes 2 comprehensive assessments, 4 weeks of engaging learning activities, or however many weeks you want, right? This is tailored to you, and 2 one-hour check-ins over the summer. I do want to add, I had some parents who, instead of putting together 2 check-ins, 2 one-hour check-ins, we broke that up into 4 30-minute sessions. And I liked that better. My students like that better. We can kind of stretch that a little bit further. So that's the benefit of being tailored to your child, is that we can say, hey, on Thursdays we'll meet for 30 minutes. And then that way we can stretch that out so they can get 1 meeting with me for every week of the program. Whoa. I choose this package. It strengthens the child learning bond, right? Because this is the parent-child learning package. This is something I'm giving to you, and you get a chance to do it with your child. It ensures continuous progress with my professional guidance. So it's different from, hey, get this summer bridge book and, do the book. And then a lot of parents are, they're baffled. They're like, I don't remember what adjectives are. I don't remember what prepositions are, help, or math concepts and things. So I'm there to guide you every step of the way. And you enjoy quality education time together. With your child. The back to school booster that I've got coming up in August is 5 hours of intensive skills brush up. We're going to focus on reading, writing, and then the things that go with reading and writing, right? Spelling, vocabulary, and then math computation to get them ready for math as well. It gives your child a head start for the new school year. We're going to focus on key skills to ensure their academic readiness. They're just short, effective sessions, and they're designed for maximum impact because I've been working with the state standards and the national standards, all of those things for many, many years. Right. And I have found I'm working in Texas now, and Texas is one of the states that did not adopt Common Core. They're called the TEKS. And they're very similar, to be honest. They took out some other things, they added some more rigor. But I'm very well versed in finding those standards, those TEKS, those state standards, to really help your child get ready for what's coming in school. All right. So if you sign up for one of these programs by July 30th, I have a couple bonuses for you. Number one, I'm going to take that assessment and that interest inventory, put them together for my book buddy picks. And that just means that I'm going to give you a list of carefully selected titles of books that are just specifically planned for your child. I'm really excited about that because, again, that's the magic sauce, getting a book at their reading level and their interest level, putting them together and getting them excited about reading. My second bonus is I'm going to be doing a Learning Lounge Live, and that's for parents. So once a month, I'm going to have a session with another education expert, and we're going to talk about all things learning. And you will get a chance to join that group, and those sessions will be recorded. And so if you can't attend live, you'll have access to those sessions as well. And I'm really excited about that program that I've got coming up. All right. So if you are ready, let me know. Just give me an I'm in, and I'd love to talk to you about putting together a personalized learning program and plan just for your child. Once again, I'm Sharon Frazier-Verpooten, and I help elementary students raise their learning level a full year in just 12 hours of instruction. And I love working with parents and students and getting them excited about learning and making reading and learning fun again. That's it. I will see you next time. Bye.